I'm Slow to again, and welcome back to Trails into Reverie. In the last video, we pretty much we went all over the Garnier district and met up with uh Regnitz, Maki's dad, as well as Princess Alphen at at Hotel Der Himmel. And then when we were about to leave, we came here to the Reverie corridor. Alright, let's explore. That mirror is enormous. And it looks remarkably similar to this one. You're right. It's as though the smaller mirror is a fragment of the larger one. Come to think of it, I'm surprised I can remember you even having that mirror. I do too, although I can't remember what it is or why Lloyd has it. Actually, did you work something out? I wouldn't go that far, unfortunately. I just remembered something that's common in Eastern folklore. It said mirrors with evil spirits in them could cause a strange phenomena. It made me wonder if that mirror perhaps has some kind of strange power in it, and if that's how we were all brought here. That's pretty spooky, but just as good a guess as any at this point. This place is so weird that I wouldn't rule out anything as a possibility. Yep, I can feel something strange coming off it, but it's not doing anything for now at least. Maybe it'll kick on or something if we do something else around here. Are you saying it could have conditions? If that's the case, discerning those conditions could be our key to getting out of here. Let's continue to have a look around then. A large sphere is floating in the air. What could this be? I'm not sure. I've never seen anything like it. The pattern on its surface kind of resembles the one on this place's walls. It being placed on a platform in the middle makes it seem important too. It doesn't appear to be actively doing anything at the very least. Yet another mystery to be solved. Let's just push it to the back of our minds for now and remember that it's here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can't go to this big elevator, but we can go to that little one. Well, we could also take the stairs. I prefer the elevator. Well, it doesn't really matter if we take the elevator or stairs because they're just gonna take us to the same place. Well, I can't show. Well, it won't show right now. Well, it's not gonna be on the map right now because I've never been there. Let's just take the stairs. That's what I did last time. I pretty much I did this place before. Yeah, see? There's the stairs, takes us here. The elevator takes us here. All the same place. So it doesn't really matter where we go. I know this is a garden, but part of me still wasn't expecting to find a tree. Yes, let alone one as splendid as this. It seems so out of place here. Looks like some kind of broadleaf tree. I've never seen one with leaves, bark, or branches like this before, though. It's like something else entirely got reshaped into the form of a tree. That's an interesting perspective. Now I'm even more confused. Oh, don't worry, we're in the same boat. I'm as confused as you are. Let's just agree that there's something unusual about it. Though that doesn't make it any different from the garden as a whole. We can't rule out it being placed here for more than just decoration. Unless my eyes are playing tricks on me, I'm pretty sure it's glowing too. The more we explore, the more mysterious this place seems to be. I suppose all we can do is keep poking around and hope everything becomes clear. Yeah. A good old stone monument, huh? Now it's starting to come together. You figured something out? Yep. I'm 100% certain that I have no... Yep. I'm 100% certain now that I don't have a clue what's going on. Got him. 3 years later and he hasn't changed a bit. We're right back to square one. Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, there... This is actually a fishing spot, but it won't... But we can't access it until later. Is this some kind of door? Yes, and it's unusually large. I wonder what it's doing here. It looks entirely out of place. Like that tree over there? You could say that about the books floating around too. I've been thinking about those ever since we arrived. There's something about them that's very disturbing. No kidding. And what's stranger is I can't make out any of the titles on the books no matter how hard I look either. That's a mystery in itself. What I learned earlier about this door is that it's actually called a trial door. Like you know the trial chests from Cold Steel 3 and 4. Well, 2 as well, but like remember the trial chests from Cold Steel 3 and 4 where you needed certain characters in your party? Well, it's like that with the door, but instead of the people, it's going to need keys. Since it's, well, you know, a door. Yeah. But since we don't have those keys, we're just gonna have to leave it for now. We probably won't get them until later on. Yeah, yeah. A stone pillar? Think it's some kind of device? The mysteries continue to pile up. There's another one over there as well. That probably holds some significance. Let's go check it out. Dude, the different color. This one's pretty similar to the other, but something's different about it. You think yeah, the color's different. Not sure what it could be if it's not that. It does seem that way. There must be some reason there must be some reason there are two of them. Yeah, it's safe to assume they're connected in some way. They're likely related to whatever this place's purpose is. If only we knew whatever the heck that is. Hopefully we'll figure something out if we keep looking around. It's a globe on some kind of pedestal. I can only assume this is meant to be used for something as well. Something important by the look of it. Yeah, by the look, okay. I wasn't sure. I wanted to make sure I said that word right, because, hey, it could have been looks by the, it could have been looks for all we know. No reaction at all. Yeah, whatever this thing is, it's not on at the moment. It looks like a relic or something, given the feel of this place. Hard to say for sure, though. Now that you mention it, this garden does resemble an ancient ruin of sorts. There's just one problem with that theory. Yeah, everything seems too new. There's not a speck of dust on this pedestal. It looks like it was made 5 minutes ago. Then why isn't it active? I can think of several possibilities, but they're all just conjecture. Guess we should keep looking around. The four investigated the area further, but weren't able to find anything useful. Eventually, they returned to the plaza where they first arrived to discuss their next move. I think we've seen all there is to see around here. Unfortunately, I still don't have a clue what this place is. Likewise, everything we've inspected has just left us with more questions. I just wish we still had our memories from before we came here. I imagine that would fill in several gaps for us. Still, it isn't as though we haven't learned anything useful at all. For one, we know this place was created by someone or something. True, it's definitely weird enough to not seem real, but I think it's safe to assume it has some kind of purpose. Beyond that, we know it resembles some kind of garden or ruin, but it's anyone's guess as to what it was intended to be. There's also all those devices we came across, but none of them are active. So that leads us right back to square one. Let's agree that each detail is going to be useful information in trying to learn more. Above all, we need to learn why we're here.
A new story is in motion. Your fate is but one thread intermingled with many. Now, rise from your slumber.
Was that a memory? Are you alright, Lloyd? Something came to me just now. Do you guys remember hearing a voice just before coming here? A voice? Wait, now that you mention it, I do faintly remember hearing one. There was something strange about it. Yeah, I kind of remember it too, but it's still pretty fuzzy. I wonder. It mentioned being just one thread among many. Does that mean that sound? I remember hearing it before we came here. You've got to be kidding. Hey, hey, hey. Gah. Where are we? What the heck's going on? What the heck? I don't recognize this place at all. Whoa. What just happened? Did we fall into some kind of teleportation spell? No, that wouldn't add up. Reen, you were called here too? Lloyd? Right, I feel like something or someone brought us here, but that's all I can remember. It's strange. I can't remember what we were doing at all a few moments ago. Me neither. Oh, what's really weird is that it doesn't feel like I was in any sort of panic. I feel like everything was normal. The hell's going on here? Were we even together before this? I could have sworn we had all split up. I can't say for sure, but that's what my instincts are telling me as well. That sounds remarkably similar to what we went through. I'm guessing we essentially experienced the same thing. The only difference is they had split into two parties, but were still called at the same time. I think the most logical thing to do now is swap all the info we have. So you suddenly found yourself in possession of a strange mirror you'd never seen before and heard a voice. You were right. You were right. That's what happened to us too. How did we experience the exact same thing so far apart? Your guess is as good as mine. Even us being unable to remember where we were before is the same. I would ordinarily refuse to believe such a bizarre sequence of events, but it's impossible to refute so much hard evidence. My top concern is understanding the why rather than the how. There must be a reason why we specifically were the ones brought here. I know what you mean. This is the last way I expected to see Lloyd and Ellie again. Yeah, I wasn't planning on a sudden reunion, but it's good to see you again. I'm sorry it's not under better circumstances, but it's good to see you again, Yuna. Same here. Yuna continues to be a social butterfly even in the strangest of situations. Well, that just goes to show how genuine she is. That's certainly the real Yuna. Wait, did you think she was a fake? Still... Okay, good, I didn't skip any lines. Still, if not a single one of us remembers where we were or what we were doing before we were called here, yeah, that's gotta be by design. Something about this place blocks the recent memories of anyone who comes here. What other explanation can there be? But how can that be possible? Wait a minute, if it's recent memories, then wouldn't it mean that we still have have memories from the distant past? Like from when we were little kids or something? That far back? So any memories that aren't recent we still have. But how can that be possible? Beats me, but let's face the facts. It's the only thing that makes sense. I agree, it's the only reasonable explanation. Regardless of how we got here, we have to accept that this place is very unusual. Easier said than done. No, he's right. Let's move past that and focus on the bigger picture. We must consider what we should do next. My first instinct is to search for an escape route so we can return back to wherever it is we were. But you all said you didn't have any luck during your investigation, yes? I'm afraid so. Hold up. What was that? Everything's lighting up. Well, what do you know? It looks like Class 7 coming here may have been one of the conditions. Conditions? Oh yeah, you worked something out? Maybe, but I'm still only speculating. These mirrors we were given might just be fragments of a bigger whole after all. And if that's the case, well, I think we have a relatively good idea of the situation we're in now. Though I wouldn't mind getting a look around here for myself before we go any further. It might not help work out who or what is responsible for all this, but I'd like to at least familiarize myself with our surroundings. Good thinking. You said stuff's changed since you first wandered around, right? That's an excellent point. We'll come with. I want to see what's changed as well. Check it out. The tree's glowing. Even the bark looks weird. We thought the same, but it wasn't giving off light like this when we were here before. It feels different somehow. It's as though the tree is springing with vitality now. It reminds me of something from a fairy tale. Oh, do tell. Spirit trees. They're said to have shining branches and leaves, and they're filled with mana that can heal the body and mind. Or at least that's what I recall reading about. Now that you mention it, you used to read those kinds of things all the time, didn't you? I suppose it does look something like that. Great, just what we need. More magical bullshit. But what if it does have the same properties as the trees Elise described? Then it would help us out a lot. It's worth giving it a shot. I would say that was an accurate deduction. That's a relief. We still don't know what it is, but at least we know it can heal us. I've never seen anything like it in nature. Neither have I, but at least we have somewhere to return to if we're injured. Knock on wood, but yeah, you're right. This device is activated as well. It's a little foreboding. I can make out words glowing on it. Am I hearing a train nearby? Yep, that was a train. The Millennial Trove. Commodities in exchange for currency. What is that supposed to mean? Sounds like it's a vending machine. I'm guessing it takes mirrors somehow. That would be convenient. So yeah, for here, you can actually buy stuff like items, weapons, and equipment, stuff like that. That it would. Who knows how long we could be here. Being able to resupply would be a boon. Alright, we found ourselves a shop. The Millennial Trove, was it? I hope its stock lives up to its name. You're all having a much easier time accepting this as reality than I am. It does take some getting used to. So, what about the device to the left? Does it serve a similar purpose? Well, I mean, yeah, except... Well, let's just examine it and see for ourselves. I would imagine so. The Blazing Forge. Applied Septian principles. Basically, it works with, like, orbits and stuff. The description's a little vague, but do you think it's possible for us to modify our orbits here? That would be helpful, and yet... Yeah, this... Ugh, bit my tongue. Yeah, this one is even more ominous looking... Yeah, this one is even more ominous looking than the other. Maybe because it confirms that there are dangers lying ahead of us. It's that sound again. I'm guessing we managed to satisfy another condition. I wonder what it could be. Well, looks like it completely activated.
Food process complete. Construction of the Reverie Garden administered space complete.
Okay.
Beginning construction of the Reverie corridor.
Well, looks like the party is finally getting started. That voice sounds familiar too. Indeed, I believe we're about to learn the reason we're here. There were a lot of interesting phrases in what little she said. Boot process, administered as space, the Reverie Garden. Yes, and most notably, Reverie Corridor. I'd be lying if I said it didn't ring a bell. Let's make our way to the Central Plaza to get a better look at what's happened. That sphere from earlier is active now.
New temporal space forged. This world was constructed by the Black Mirror. Its function is to present trials, allowing you to cultivate the strength to overcome great distortions in your destiny.
The Black Mirror? I'm more concerned with what it means by trials. I'm guessing this thing governs the space... excuse me. I'm guessing this thing governs the space we're in. Meaning we were brought here to complete whatever these trials are.
Correct. This process is an emergency measure intended to correct the laws of causality. Your understanding may be incomplete due to forced limitations placed on your memories. The current sequence of events with Crossbell at its center has originated due to an impossible singularity. At this time, the chances of correcting this singularity are 0. It is for this reason that the Black Mirror has chosen to intervene.
Oh, okay. Got him. Is this thing even speaking our language? Wow. That confirms that our memories truly are being tampered with. No wonder we couldn't understand what was happening. I'm as lost as anyone else. From the sound of it, though, the Black Mirror is looking out for us. Yeah, and it mentioned something bad happening at Crossbell, too. A lot of what it said flew over my head, but if I understood the gist of it, it's saying that it'll help us fight against whatever's happening in the real world. Now that you mention it, that's how I interpreted it as well. But how exactly is it going to achieve that? An excellent question, especially given that we're not permitted to remember everything that's happening on the outside.
Strength gained here has been approved for use outside of the Reverie corridor, even if new memories have been denied. Challenging the true Reverie corridor to better your strength is required. Only then will the possibility to defy destiny be within your grasp.
Cool. That clears up some of our suspicions, but there are still some things unanswered. True, but we confirmed something important. This place exists to make us stronger. It's up to us to determine how much strength we gain and whether we'll be strong enough to change whatever fate has in store for us. That simplifies things if you ask me. Indeed, we're left with only one option. Rise to the challenge, both for ourselves and the homes we came from. And this has just as much to do with us judging by it being named the true Reverie Corridor. Agreed. That was back in Cold Steel 2. I couldn't shake the feeling that this place was slightly. I couldn't shake the feeling that this place was slightly familiar to me. Still, we don't know what the true part signifies just yet. Oh yeah, Reen said the name rang a bell. Sure does, brings back a lot of memories. Sounds like this version is here to pump us up and get us ripped. It's like our own secret training ground. It could prove rather useful. We all have people and things we want to protect on the outside. And we each know the kind of strength it takes to overcome the impossible. So let's work together and gain the strength we need.
It is for that reason I and the Reverie Garden exist. Access to the first stratum has been granted. May you seize the ability to overcome the impossible over the course of your trials.
Talk about hospitality. The way is finally open for us. Let's take this opportunity. Right. You may now challenge the Reverie Corridor's first stratum via the central elevator. Select which party members you wish to take with you. Lloyd and Reen are required for your initial exploration of the first stratum. The items mirror and Sepith belonging to Reen and Lloyd's parties have been consolidated. Meaning they've been combined into one. The contents of their notebooks have also been unified. From now on, any items or notebook data acquired by Reen or Lloyd will be accessible to the other party as well. Looks like everyone is taking the chance to get more familiar with this place. I should probably check to make sure we have everything we need before we begin challenging the Reverie Corridor. I never thought I'd hear that name again, but here we are. Then again, this place seems a lot different than before. Are they really one and the same? Either way, it's pointless to worry about that right now. I need to focus on what's right in front of me and what I can control. You will now begin exploring the Reverie Corridor as Reen. Awesome.
Visitor access detected.
Additional information concerning advocated conduct is available. Visitors are advised to conduct themselves in such a manner that better allows the Reverie Corridor to fulfill its intended purpose. A series of criteria have been devised to effectively administer this process, with remuneration provided for successfully completing said criteria. I'm not having any easier of a time understanding these explanations. I suppose the short of it is that it'll be judging us based on a set of criteria and rewarding us for meeting that criteria. In that case, I guess we'll just have to do what we can to live up to expectations. About Reverie points and Liberation rank. You will be rewarded for certain decisions and actions made during the main story with RP or Reverie points. Your rank will increase after earning a certain amount of RP. You will be able to claim a valuable reward from the central core each time your rank increases.
Confirming rank points accumulated. Liberation rank unchanged.
Yeah, we're gonna need 25 RP to go up to rank F, and right now we only got 14, so we're gonna need 11 more. Theseus Ring. Nice, I like that name actually. All right. The sphere is no longer responding. The way it spoke made it sound like it had a sense of self. I was thinking the same. I could sense that there was some sort of will behind it. Something about it was familiar. Am I mistaken, or did it say Reverie Corridor? This may be a trial, but its danger is unmistakable. I hope to Adios, Milliam has the good sense to not simply charge forward. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Milliam. Use your brain for once and don't charge ahead. Idiot. You'll die. Agreed. This is the sort of situation that would lead to her leaping before thinking. It's not the... Yeah. You know the leap of faith? Well, guess what? It's not the... If she leaps before thinking, it'll go from the leap of faith to the leap of death. We will have to work together to rein her in. Naturally. Listen to us. What unenviable roles we've signed up for, haven't we? I couldn't agree more. You've become quite the caring sister, Altina. And you don't sound very bothered by it, Eustace. It's you're imagining it. It's your imagination. Whatever you say, man. And whatever you say, guys. Whatever you say. Let's go up here. Okay. Oh. I didn't even realize that these two were even here. Is something the matter? No, it's just... I still can't believe the person before me is the legendary Yin. Even seeing you in this Eastern attire, it's hard to imagine you as a legendary Shangshu, or whatever that word is. Let's just say that's because Yin can take many different forms. I've heard about you from Sully in the SSS. It will be an honor to fight alongside you. I feel like that should be my line. Hopefully I can learn a thing or two. Yeah, I didn't know those two were actually here.
Executing recovery program.
Look, Lecter, there's a bunch of fish in this pond. No kidding. Well, at least we know there's something to live off for a few days then. You say that, but you don't seem all that fazed by what's happening. We really don't know whether we'll be able to leave yet. What's the point in freaking out over things you can't control? Exactamundo. We just gotta be ready for anything, like always. And what's there to worry about with me and Lammy on the case? You've got me there. Alright, let's go ahead and fish.
Want a bite? Nice.
In Cold Steel 4, it was actually a circle and not X. Well, it was circle in Cold Steel 3 as well.
Whopper.
It's a whopper. 360 space sepith. I was gonna say sepith space. Let's get one more.
The bite. Nice.
What's that?
Not bad at all.
Costigan? 240 sepith Mirage sepith. Oh, Costigan's the very first one. Alright, we're done. Let's move on. Elliot and Ash. Hello out there. There's barely any echo here either. This place is so bizarre. I thought I had a handle on this place's size, but it continues to baffle me. I've been dragged to some crazy places over the last year, but this one's toward the top. Sounds like you old-timers have experienced something like this before, though, yeah? We did. We went through a version of the Reverie corridor when we were students, but it was different from this. The circumstances around us entering were also completely different. I don't have a clue why we were brought here this time. Back in Cold Steel 2, it wasn't to the point where we would lose our memories. In fact, we could leave and enter whenever we pleased and still have our memories intact, which was cool. But now this time we can't leave. We can't leave yet, and we have our recent memories blocked. I'd love to hear Gaius and Emma's opinions, but they haven't been sucked into all of this yet anyway. It could be that there is some sort of conditions that led to us being here. Either way, let's focus on making as much progress as we can with who we have now. Be ready, you two. Seriously, like you need to tell me that. I'll shut up, Ash. Don't talk like you know everything. No one likes a know-it-all. Unless you actually know it all. A trial, huh? You mean what that voice said earlier? Yeah, apparently this is a trial to prepare us to overcome whatever it is that's happening in Crossbell. The fact that I can't remember what it is or even question it makes me uneasy. Fine then. I've had enough thinking for one day. If this is all about helping Crossbell, then we just have to do it. She's right. It doesn't matter whether our memories are being restricted or not. Now's the time to put our strengths together and get through this. Well, sometimes simple is best. I hope you don't mind us leaning on Class 7 strength again, Reen. Not at all. We'll need yours too. Elise and Mise. Those who came from Crossbell told me that this pedestal has been inactive. There's something odd about it. I get something like a warm feeling just from looking at it. I've been wondering if the equipment in front of it serves some kind of greater function. Though I think it's best if we leave it alone for now. Sure. Though while I have you here, I wanted to say that I intend to provide you support in the corridor. I may not remember exactly what's happening in the real world, but that should prevent me from fighting by your side. Thanks, Elise, I appreciate it. This place seems to be designed to affect what's happening in the real world, even if we're not allowed to hold on to our memories. How fascinating. Yeah. Alright, let's interact.
Initializing trading process.
Millennial Trove. I was about to say trial. The Trove's content... purchase and trade items as well as peruse a selection of rare goods. The Trove's contents will expand as the story progresses. Swapping at shops. Press L1, R1 in certain shops to filter out which characters' items are displayed. All All. Displays all items in the shop. Spec. Filters to only equipment for the selected character. Why not? Ow.
Millennial Trove activated.
Can't believe I've over 1,000 U materials. Huh? Oh, Grail Locket. I don't have one. Wait, how do I get a Grail Locket? Oh, I need 2 Deep Ochres, I need 2 Deep Ochres, 2 Still Blues, and 2 Passionate Rouges, as well as 2 Evergreens. I have 1 Passionate Rouge, but I still need 2 of the other 3, and I need 1 more Passionate Rouge. Alright.
Millennial Trove activated.
I think I'll worry about getting this stuff later.
Activating requisitions program.
Blazing Forge. Along with the usual Orbital Factory functions, you can also deconstruct weapons and armor. The Forge's contents will expand as the the Forge's constructs will the Forge's contents will expand as the story progresses. Dismantle equipment. Why? Oh, I get U materials. Nice. Yeah, dismantle equipment I won't need.
Blazing Forge activated.
Okay, and then a defense 2, a hit 2. Shield 2. Looks like I have 3 of them. Well, 2 now. Okay, I need an evade 2. Mine 2. And then Crystal Edge R. That's for Kurt. Cast 2, Shield 2, Defense 2. Oh, that's for Elise. I can't help with Lecter because I wanted to give him Zerwell Cannon R, but I don't have enough for a Zerwell Cannon Quartz. Because to get that, you're gonna need 2700 Fire Sepith, and I don't have the Sepith for it. Cause see, yeah, I only got 776 Fire Sepith. There we go. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to do. Well. I think we'll just end it here. Save here. Alright, that's it for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe and set the bell icon to be notified for all future videos, and I'll see you all in the next video.